What's up, everybody? So today's episode is going to go a little bit differently. Unfortunately, Jay and I have decided to not do the podcast together anymore. That doesn't mean it's the end of the show. It is officially the Young Old Head show. So I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to, try to get guests in the future. Jay and I kind of had a falling out. Honestly, it was kind of more of a jealousy. I was getting more attention. People enjoyed the content more. He's just not a very good person in general. He's ugly.
Hey,
he's a low-life piece of shit. Hey, dude.
Bro? I didn't know we were recording.
I didn't know you could come to today's episode.
Yeah, like why would I miss an episode?
Because I texted you and told you not to come over today.
I love doing the show with my best friend.
Okay, yeah, you're great. All right, guys.
Let's get into it.
Let's get started.
How peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis.
And I am Nicholas Fletcher.
And you are now tuned in to another episode of Watch Your Profanity.
I do know what that one's from.
You know what that?
I do know that one. That one is recognizable.
You are now tuned into the Young Old Heads podcast, the Halloween-centric podcast, where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. You like how I threw Halloween in there?
I do like that.
It is the month of October, so we're going to do some spooky things.
It's Halloween every day until after.
It's
Halloween.
the month of Halloween.
It's actually Halloween every day until Christmas.
Fair. Well, I mean,
nope.
Yeah, fair. Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. All the way up until Christmas.
So, before we get into the subject matter for this episode, how was your week, sir?
I had a really good week. Week was, bouncing back from last episode. I talked about the quarantine, bounced back, got back to work, good, nice routine and all that. And then this weekend, we went with another couple friend of ours and went down to Salt Lake to go see a comedy show. Dude's name is Shane Smith. Super duper funny. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I'd heard of him, but never paid attention to his stand-up. Very funny. One thing that was hilarious, and just talk about odds, the first, I'd say, half an hour of his segment, guess what it was about?
What?
Rock Springs, Wyoming, and the bareback.
No way.
Swear to God.
So
mind you, he's like this huge comedian, and he was talking about how he got booked for a show in Rock Springs and just alluded to it ended up, this is when he was like a lot, like not as successful as he is now, which alluded to some people at the venue being like, come out with us to the strip club. And then he went on this hilarious tangent about the bareback. And I don't know if it's
local strip club, by the way.
Yeah, the Bareback is a local strip club, and it was pretty funny. And then we went to a haunted house after, Fear Factory. If you guys have never been there, so we go to Fear Factory. I was telling you this; they pissed me off. Okay, so I'm excited. We go to Fear Factory. It's this haunted house built around an old abandoned factory. Atmospherically, already terrifying. Like, it's creepy, it's eerie, and so we go to Fear Factory. Sign our waivers, we buy our tickets online, we go VIP and everything. So we're in line, we get inside. Well, as we're going, hardly any jump scares. And it's like the people who were there were coyly jump scaring us, like they were shy. Like they'd pop out of a corner and go, rah. And like nothing. And I'm like, that's it. And it was almost like they'd see us and kind of retract back away from us. So I was like, this is weird. So we go through it, and I'm like, we essentially just went on a tour. Like, we didn't even go, this was not a haunted house. This was, atmospherically looked cool. Well, then we get outside, and we're waiting for this bus to take us back to the location we got picked up at. And there's these people outside talking about how scary it was and intense it was. And we're like, not for us. And they're like, oh, well, you should have got these little glowy wristbands. And we're like, what? And they're like, little glowy wristbands. They're like, yeah, if you're wearing this neon band, it means that they can grab you and stuff. It's like, if you don't have it, it's no contact. But if you have a wristband on, they can grab you and yank on you, like grab your legs when you're walking by to scare you.
I guess that would have been more.
Here's the thing. We never got offered. Wow. We even signed a waiver that was the waiver was like, are you agreeing to contact? They can grab you, and we're like, yup, but we never got our wristband.
Wow. So
they just saw a group of 4 people, and we're just like, oh, let them go.
We're scary.
Yeah. So I was disappointed. We left there, and the other funny thing, this will conclude my portion. This is crazy. So we're walking down the street, heading back to our hotel. We're taking those scooters and all that. And as we're walking back to the hotel, this fence that I can see over, I look over, and there's just people just bopping. Okay, they're just getting it. People are dancing and going stuff. dead fucking silent. People are dancing. There's 2 DJs up on platforms just getting it, doing DJ shit. Dead fucking silent.
Why?
So I asked Felicia. I'm at this point. I had
I
a
have
few.
several questions.
Yeah, I had a few drinks, so I'm like easily confused at this point. And I was watching, and I just couldn't wrap my mind around it. And Felicia was like, "Yeah, it's called a silent disco." So people were wearing earpieces and headphones, so they were listening to music, but it's essentially so like you can't get noise complaints and whatnot.
Oh.
But I just thought, what a weird time we live in. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty
because
bizarre.
from our perspective, they looked like a bunch of like insane people.
Yeah.
Like, none of it made sense.
I'm not sure I would know how to take.
But yeah,
so.
they were bopping. So that was my week. A great weekend away. I definitely needed it. How was your week?
My week was okay. Dealing with some turmoil mentally, trying to get that stuff in order. I don't want to go into too much detail with that, but been a little sad, man. But on the bright side, my son did just turn 12 yesterday. JJ, yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday,
JJ. JJ, say hi.
Also, he actually made the All-Star team.
Oh,
so yeah, he's going to be doing that. His first game is next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. And just trying to keep a positive outlook, man, because I'm going through one of them rough patches in life. But you know.
I'm your best friend, so you can call me literally.
I mean, don't. You're kind of annoying. Actually,
I said so many nice things about you at the start of this episode before you got here.
You didn't even tell me
when
we
you
were
watch.
recording.
Yeah, when you watch this episode. Like at the beginning of it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, what a good friend I have."
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. I even just treated you like that.
It's definitely not gonna make your situation.
So
worse.
yeah, just positive vibes. All that good stuff. All right. So
another real quick shout out. We got my brother in the house.
Yes, overseeing things.
Yeah,
so if the quality of this video is even better than they have been lately, you know why? It's thanks to Casey setting everything up.
And if you're enjoying our background,
hopefully there's something spooky. Okay, so let's get into our first topic of the day. This is a debate that was circling the internet a couple weeks ago, and been kind of wanting to talk about it. People, I think it's a person of a certain age, but they asked, is Drake this current generation's Michael Jackson? Whoo, man. And I see, okay, so I think it's a valid question, but the more you think about it, the more it's like, no.
No, so I feel like it's in general, just in the framing of it, they're two different, like it's like one of them's football, one of them's soccer. Like they're two, like, I guess, American football and soccer.
Well, yeah, no, I get what you're going to say.
Yeah, so that's my position. You tell me your side, and then I'll tell you my position.
So I think it's apples and oranges. I do think Drake is a world-renowned, huge artist, genre transcending, and there's not many people you can bring up his name and they don't know who he is. But you got to think who we're talking about. Michael fucking Jackson. This man. So first of all, people would faint just at the sight of him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just see Michael Jackson. So and but I mean, also there is some things to take into consideration here, like that being a whole different era, but. And the accessibility wasn't the same to celebrities back then.
I think the only reason this is a conversation that can even be had is streaming numbers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Drake might be the highest streaming artist, like on Spotify.
He's got to be close.
He's up in there. So I'm sure to them they're like, well, look how much streams he has. But could you imagine if we had Spotify back when Michael Jackson was in his prime?
Yeah.
Like imagine. And here's why this conversation, again, not fair, is Michael Jackson. So the reason he is Michael Jackson, he's transcended decades. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like Drake's only been around for, you can't even say, because 10 years from now Drake could be like, oh, that dude fell off. But Michael Jackson, when it comes to musically, regardless of all the other stuff that comes attached to that conversation musically,
it's crazy.
That dude's legacy is
my son is 12 years old and he knows Michael Jackson when he hears him.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to think that even before me or you were born, he was like the hottest thing in the world. And then 10 years later, 10 years later in our lifetime, he was still one of the hottest.
You could play one of his songs at like the club tonight, and people would lose their mind.
Absolutely, people
like,
are going to know
it's Halloween, like Thriller. You play Thriller at the club.
Yeah, it's very much ingrained in Halloween culture too.
100%.
And then You think about the fact that this guy had video games and stuff modeled after him. He had special. He was a guest on The Simpsons. I mean, I know a lot of artists have done that, but he was a guest on The Simpsons, but actually couldn't be credited because of his some contract deal. But yeah, man, it's just. I think it's apples and oranges for the most part, because I mean,
because I would say,
and also Thriller is 3 times Diamond in America alone.
Yeah.
Those who don't know, Diamond is 10 million records. So I think it's 3 times Diamond. So I think it's at this point, I believe it's like 34 million sold.
That is
it is, and it just went up again. I want to say this year it just went up another. It went platinum again this year.
When I say that they're not even in the same caliber, I'm not discrediting Drake either. Like I'm just saying, like man, that's like you can't compare the two. Like it's just we're basing off the era of like, of course Drake has a lot of streams because you want to know how easy it is to listen to a Drake song right now. That's true. Like back when I wanted to listen to Michael Jackson, like people
were going and getting the hard copies, tapes. Some people would have the record, vinyls, the tape, and the CD. Yeah. So it's like
it's a different era. Yeah, and even in the streaming era, I bet Michael Jackson's still high up on the list. I guarantee he's still probably one of the top.
And then you think about the stuff he did with the Jackson 5 and just so collaborating with so many artists and being sampled, and then the whole thing where I don't know if you know about this, but the whole thing with Eminem when Eminem made fun of him.
Yes,
and he went and bought his whole catalog. It's like Eminem ain't say shit after that. Like, probably the only person to silence Eminem ever.
The one person to win an Eminem beef.
Yeah, so I think I see why people would present that question, because if you're like 20 years old, Drake probably is the biggest artist you've known in your time.
That is the youth is what controls like. They're the demographic,
right?
Know? Like whoever's making music, you're making it for like the younger generation.
Exactly, and then like you said, the youth, the high schoolers, they kind of push stuff to the forefront. It's like whatever they like is what's popular for the most part.
You don't have like record labels sign an artist being like, this is for like the 45, 50-year-olds.
Exactly, because honestly, I don't know if we're.
Who's gonna like this song? Middle-aged dads. They're gonna love it.
That's hilarious. Wine, drug, housewives. Yeah. So. What your verdict is that Drake is
not, and again, not in a way to discredit Drake. I'm not a big Drake fan, but the dude, it's undeniable what he's accomplished.
I do like some of his music, but overall,
I'm not a big Drake fan.
For me, there's not really too many songs like. I'm like, if this disappeared from history, it wouldn't change much for me.
And I mean, I think he will. Drake has the like things such as like he coined YOLO. Like that alone will transcend decades. I feel like he's contributed enough to like pop culture that he will be immortalized there. But it's just too different. And who say maybe 10 years from now we could have a more relevant conversation about this, but right now
I will say because he has stood the test of time already. Like you ain't no flute gonna be at the top of the charts for 10 years.
For this long.
So but I agree. No, he's not the new MJ. I mean, maybe in another 10 years we might look back at him that, but no, at this point, no. Yeah. Okay, so what about a random fact?
That's you.
What?
That's your random fact.
I didn't even know we were doing this today.
We're not even. This is actually a dry run. We don't have the camera. Yeah, there's not even a camera. There's literally not even a camera.
Okay, so this was actually pretty quick, but it is Halloween related. So are you familiar with the movies, with the franchise Halloween?
Yes, I am.
You're familiar with the iconic Michael Myers mask, correct?
100%.
Do you know where that mask originated?
I actually do, oddly
enough. Oh, you do? Yeah. Well, maybe our viewers don't know.
Yeah, they might not know.
It was actually William Shatner's character, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Inside Out. And I think they actually they cut the eye holes out a little bit, but they modified it slightly. But that's actually based on William Shatner's face.
It one of those things we talk about on the cast all the time happened by accident.
Yeah, like it it's wild to see that, and then it's become so iconic. And like if you hadn't told me that, I probably would have never figured it out. But since I found out that. It's like
it's almost it's like uncanny. It's like you're kind of less scary now.
Yeah, it's like you're Captain Kirk. That's got to be William Shatner's most well-known role, if not definitely one of them, if not his most well-known role.
Yeah.
So,
and I wonder, like, is there any legality behind that? Like, could William Shatner like sue them?
My guess is being that they modified it. No. But who knows, man? I mean, because I think they did paint it too, actually.
I think it's Inside Out in general. So the mask, I think that's how it came to be. Is I think the mask got turned inside out.
Is that what it was?
I could be wrong. So
I don't know.
There's probably multiple times on the episodes where you guys could fact check us.
Yeah, actually, I was watching an old episode and you quoted a Nas line, and I mentioned it being from an album that it wasn't from. Like so that was actually from Stillmatic, and I said it was from Godson. So yeah.
So if you want to go back to episode 4.
No, that was like episode 27.
Oh, wow, that recent.
Yeah, it was pretty
recent. We were probably talking when he dropped his new
we were talking about King's Disease too. So, all right, so that's the random fact of the day. Just a little quick one, has something to do with Halloween, but that's a perfect that creates a perfect transition into our next topic, which is iconic movie. Okay, so you messed up how my delivery on that, because I wasn't expecting you to do that. But iconic villains from slasher films. Okay, so of course Michael Myers is definitely one of the first that come to mind.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, you got to mention him.
Yep.
Jason Voorhees for sure.
Obviously, Freddy Krueger.
I was terrified of Freddy Krueger as a child. Like, oh man, I remember having a nightmare at my grandma's house.
You want to know my first one that was horrifying to me? Like, I mean, like as a kid, like scarred me.
What's that?
Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky was pretty terrifying. I think for most children he was pretty.
Chucky. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like he's like the ultimate fear of a child.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, oh, your doll comes to life and
tries to kill you. Yeah,
murders you.
Yeah. So definitely, I would agree with Chucky. One that I didn't watch the movies up until just a few years ago, but terrified me to no end. Hellraiser.
Yeah,
Pinhead was terrifying to me.
Pinhead's pretty scary.
And I didn't even understand nothing he did. I just seen him and was like, no.
Yeah, literally, yeah, right? I don't even know what he's going to do. Oh,
God. No, get him away. Leatherface. I think Leatherface
that's another good one.
Is one of the most eerie, just for the fact.
You continue. Sorry.
Just for the fact that he skins people and wears their flesh.
That's like he's literally a flesh mask. Even his apron, I think, is made of flesh. Would Jigsaw be considered one?
That's tough because he doesn't actually. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think so. But I mean, because you think about all these other guys we're naming, they do the work. Like, they're out there. And I mean, he puts together the traps and everything, but he's not actually out there cutting people up. So,
Ghostface from Scream.
I'd say he's the mask is iconic, and you know, as a character, just the mask, I would say is the biggest thing for me. Like. But him as a character, man, like if there's one villain, I'm confident I could beat his ass. It's Scream. Like, you know, beat the shit out of Scream.
I gotta fight him.
Oh shit! Okay,
that reminds me of on Scary Movie, the first one where Cindy, the main character, is running down the hallway and she's screaming, and the other chick, she's like, "Oh God, no! Don't run this way" and stuff. And then it's the skeleton. She goes, "Cindy, this is just bones." It's just bones, and she's like,
"That's actually a Scary Movie too."
That is too.
That's
two.
Okay,
that is part two.
Yeah.
This is bones.
They're in the haunted house. Yeah. Scream, Ghostface. I mean, so I'm trying to.
Here's my question. I have two questions. First, who's your personal favorite?
My personal favorite. For a lot of my life, it was Jason Voorhees. But you know, going back and watching some of the Friday the 13th movies, like 5 and 4 and stuff, it just got a little silly. Yeah, he took off his mask and it was just. I
will say how many movies can you do with that concept of just like he's literally just a behemoth that comes and has a machete.
And then there was Jason X, which was actually kind of funny.
Wasn't it in the outer space or something like that?
Yeah, in the future. And I'll never forget. He dips the girl's head and like nitrogen and like
and then smashes it. Yeah. Would we consider like the xenomorphs from Aliens and Predators?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
If we said that,
Predator is probably the most efficient.
Yeah, I would have to say Predator.
Yeah,
would be my favorite. If he's in the, but I also don't know if it again falls in the vein of horror. Like,
yeah. See, I feel like.
I feel like it's
more
sci-fi. Yeah, sci-fi opposed to horror. So we'll take him out of the running.
Okay.
I feel like the xenomorphs can stay because that is pretty horror related.
I think so. Are we choosing our favorites?
Yeah, choose your favorite.
Freddy.
Got
to go with Freddy Krueger. I mean, the fact that you sleep and you're not safe from this guy, like, what more can you say? Really?
Yeah, I would say, that was mine too. But so we don't have the same one. What would I say is a second pick? I would have to say. I would have to say Jason, just because I feel like they already did a movie with the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie, I liked it, but I don't know. There was a lot of comedy in that movie.
I think then we're going to agree on this one. I was going to ask you who would win in an all-out brawl, and I feel like it'd have to be Freddy.
Yeah, well, because it depends. Like, because if everybody's conscious, like, what can he?
But here's the thing: I guess that's true because he doesn't technically put people to sleep.
Yeah, no, I don't think
that's
he
true.
Does, so.
Okay, they'd all have to take like a nap break and fight.
We'll take a nap. We'll take a nap before the melee.
Yeah, and then he's like, now is my nap time. Now's my chance.
Okay.
Then who would win?
I feel like
in that facet, because like Chucky would get punted across like the earth.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, Chucky, no problem. Freddy, I mean, outside of dreams, he'd just slice you up. Like he has his little claws again.
I think Jason and Mike Myers are the most relentless.
Yeah, and
Leatherface would probably be taken out.
I was gonna say, really, you think he'd be taken out?
I think he would. I mean, he's got that chainsaw.
He is kind of a lumbering buffoon, though.
Yeah. So
I think that Mike Myers is like indestructible or some shit though.
Yeah.
I mean, correct. I mean, I might be wrong, but like I feel like he's like pretty. Like I feel like you could shoot him with a shotgun and he'd be like that's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, all right, guys, in the comments, first off, who's your favorite horror movie slasher? If we forgot any, like. Tell us.
Oh, I'm sure people are going to mention It. I don't think.
I was going to say It, but I don't think because It isn't a slasher.
Yeah, it's not a slasher per se. It's more like, psychological.
Yeah, and also sci-fi again. Yeah, it's like a sci-fi to where, I don't know, because Pennywise doesn't technically. I don't know, like it is psychological. Yeah. Like I mean. He uses your fears against you. What is Jason Voorhees scared of? Or like Mike Myers. Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Water,
just like a bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Large amounts of water.
Yeah. So I think, but Pennywise is iconic. I mean, at least shout out Pennywise. So again, comment who's your favorite. If we missed any, and also who would win in an all-out brawl, free-for-all. And if you say who would win. Like I want to know why you think they would win. Like, enlighten me. If I'm like up here babbling about these guys and don't have any real correct information.
I think I would say I would go with Mike Myers. Honestly, Michael Myers.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah. No, I think Austin Powers would definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
He might bring out the Cat in the Hat and just wreck shit.
Yeah, just with a baseball bat. All right. So
let us know how you feel about that. Who's your faves and who would win in the melee? Okay, so how about we get into some WTF headlines?
What the freaking heck?
Oh. I really thought something happened just now. I was like, sir, are you okay?
That's our tagline for it now.
Okay, cool.
What the freaking heck?
All right, you ready for this one?
That's it.
Woman eating fast food hamburger bites into rotting human. Later discovering an employee at the burger spot accidentally chopped off his finger while cutting meat. Okay.
I feel like these have to be some kind of like, some degree of just parody, or because here's the thing, if somebody cut their finger off at a restaurant, they're getting shut down. Like if you cut your finger off at a restaurant and it goes missing, I highly doubt they continue business for the day.
They probably didn't tell nobody.
Did he cut his finger off?
Yeah, he may not.
You just cut your finger off and just I better keep this.
Or
hush.
maybe, I don't know. Maybe he just was in
Just
a hurry to get out of there.
Out holding the rag on it. What happened? I'm good.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe he said he still had it. I don't know. Maybe, or
Just,
maybe it was in a grinder, and I don't know. I mean, it's
again. I feel like
I feel like it's possible. It's not like, it may. Who knows? It may be a false story, but I feel like it's.
I just feel like
in the realm of possibility for sure.
If it is true, I feel like that restaurant definitely isn't in business anymore.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. And that lady probably got a lot of money for dealing with such a thing. Okay, so here's another one for you.
Let's hear it.
Amazon worker fired from warehouse for using the bathroom too many times.
Okay, now, in their defense, how many is too many times? Now, at first, I want to just go defend this guy, this gentleman, and be like, that's bullshit. But if realistically he's like taking every 5 minutes, like 10
every
minutes
5 minutes, or spending 20 minutes,
or
every hour
that's
in
true,
there, that's a lot. I would imagine it had to be enough to where it's affecting your work, and like you just hanging out watching YouTube.
Yeah, because if it was simple as like, oh yeah, he took 3 bathroom breaks in a day, then, but if he was spending a lot of time in there, which, people get on their TikToks and,
Yeah, so. Okay, here's the last one. Woman sues doctor after he secretly inseminated her mother with his own sperm in 1985.
That's fucked up.
It is. Yeah, the lady was trying to get pregnant on her own, artificial insemination or whatever. And he slipped his own sperm in there, apparently. And I'm just like, bro, what did you have to gain from that?
That is actually, that is like what? Like,
but I think maybe
was he?
Maybe he would have had to pay donors, and so he just did it himself.
He just filled up all the vials himself.
I don't know. It's possible, but it's just you can't justify that.
Yeah, no, there is not, because that's a certain level of like violation.
Yeah, somebody. Like and that lady trusted him too, so it's so foul.
That is messed up.
So get in the comment section, people, and let us know which of those headlines made you say, what the fuck?
I feel like that last one probably takes the cake.
Yeah, that might be the worst one this week. I don't know. The rotting flesh.
Yeah, but again, that one I just have I want to know more details.
Okay, well, Google is your friend, sir.
That's true. You guys fact check that for us. Let us know.
Yeah, I'll be lying.
Yeah. Well, not that you're lying, but like I'm sure it's a real headline. But I'm just saying, I just feel like I wouldn't resume service if a worker had his finger.
I just mean me as being a compassionate person, I probably would shut my business down if that happened.
But yeah, you actually never know, because like the business could have known it was going to be like a lawsuit or something and been like, oh, but nothing happened here.
Yeah, what?
That finger will turn up somewhere.
That guy never had 10 fingers.
He goes to the hospital and they think they have his finger and they sew on a chicken nugget instead.
Oh, God.
He's got a chicken finger for a finger now.
All right, so let's get into some would you rather questions.
Let's do it. I got one, so you hit me with one.
Wow, okay. So this one, I feel like I'm gonna say this one, and I feel like for me, I already know which would probably suit you better. Would you rather fart every time you meet someone new or burp every time you kiss someone?
I'd probably burp every time I kiss someone. I'm married.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's probably a no-brainer for you.
Yeah, I'm married. I don't want to be farting every time. I mean, I meet a lot of new people all the time. Like, who's walking around like that? You become known for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's
always farting.
The more I think about it, the more that's not a tough choice at all. Like, definitely burp every time I kiss somebody. Because one, I don't be kissing nobody, and two, if they're like you said, if everybody's, if your reputation becomes, oh yeah, that's the guy when you shake his hand, he farts every time. So,
but I guess
it's crazy. Check this out. Every
time he meets a stranger,
every time somebody shakes his hand, hugs him
he farts.
For the first time, it's just a ferocious fart.
Yeah, that's the thing is because if there's levels to a fart.
Yeah,
as there are burps, but like, are you just rocking your trousers with a fart and just every time, just like audibly, everybody
you
around
meet somebody first time at the gym is where you meet them, and it's just, hey, this is my friend Charles here.
Or like a Tinder date, you meet her at dinner and she's like, listen, right when you meet her, just like, hey, listen, I'm gonna apologize right out the gate. Or, hey, my name's Jay.
You try to make small talk and just ferocious. Just oh man, that's hilarious. Okay, so here's another one for you.
I'll just skip mine. Cool.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I forgot you were doing.
Mine's Halloween related, so we will end with.
Okay,
mine.
cool, perfect. Yes. All right. Would you rather spend the day cleaning your worst enemy's house or have your crush spend the day cleaning yours? Now, obviously, yeah. In this context, you're not.
Okay,
married,
so I'm not married. It's someone I'm feeling. I'm gonna be honest. I would probably clean my worst enemy's house.
I agree.
So I'm gonna still put in this. So in this scenario, I'm a single father, and I like live at the house I'm at now. Same setting, just Felicia, like ran away with some, like, rich doctor. You know? She's in Cabo right now. She left me with the children.
Oh yeah, I saw her leaving. Oh, you mean hypothetically?
No, though this actually happened. This is probably a good time to air that out. Yeah, like Felicia left me. So, ladies,
he's pretty hardworking.
Yeah. So
distraught.
But in that scenario, I would clean my worst enemy's house because, one, my kids are like a tornado, bro. I don't know if you saw my Snapchat the other day, but there was a tray out that had Cheerios on. No, it was like
I did.
Yeah, it was like cereal, peanuts, and then Hannah used an entire thing of honey to cover it.
Oh gosh!
And it got on the table. She also that same day spilled Diet Coke on the table and just decided that it would evaporate on its own. So yeah, like I definitely would go clean somebody else's house. I don't want somebody in here cleaning up cereal, peanut Cheerios, and Diet Coke off my table.
Yeah, I definitely. There's not even much to think about with that one too. I'd go to my worst enemy's house and
that's true.
Clean.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's your worst enemy. Like, fuck, I'm like, a terrible job cleaning.
Oh, sorry. You know. So what is your would you rather?
Okay, here's my would you rather. Okay, would you rather? Okay, you're stuck. Here's the location. We're gonna say an abandoned warehouse. Okay, like a factory. Okay, so pretty decent size. And around you, there's just like, we'll say like it's maybe a baseball bat somewhere, sledgehammer, maybe an axe if you're lucky. Okay, so you have access to defend yourself. Okay,
this is a long would you rather.
Would you rather? No, here's the wow. That's it. That was it.
Shoot you down.
So, would you rather? Inside a warehouse, you have to fight 20 zombies, okay? But I'm talking classic shambling zombies, okay? I'm not talking 28 days later that they run triathlons.
Okay.
Yeah, classic zombies, but it's a horde of zombies, okay? The only way out of this warehouse is to kill them all, or one werewolf.
Okay.
So we're talking about like much more.
What do I have against this werewolf?
So with it, we'll say you have to find these things, but probably the most powerful weapon you'll find will be an axe.
Against the werewolf?
Against any of them. Like against the zombies.
Most powerful thing.
And there's we'll say an axe is the most
20 slow ass zombies.
But a horde of them. Like they get a hold. It's 20 relentless. I mean, they have no, like, you could chop an arm off and they're like, whatever, dude.
Or a werewolf who has like probably super sharp teeth.
We're talking about like
human strength.
We're talking about apex predator here.
Yeah.
But it's one. Close to 20 zombies.
And I got an axe, huh?
We'll give you like, I feel like to even the playing field. So zombies, your strongest weapon is an axe. With the werewolf, your strongest weapon is a crossbow.
A crossbow?
Yeah.
Werewolf. I'm gonna take the werewolf because I'm gonna let off that crossbow, get him right through the skull,
between the eyes. You're really, for a guy who I guarantee has never shot a crossbow, you're really confident in your ability.
Why do you guarantee that I never?
Give me a scenario you wouldn't shot a crossbow.
Well, his grandfather was very much into hunting and things. And I'm like, I never shot a crossbow. Actually, one of my friends did have one. I don't know if you remember Jacob. He had one, but I never actually got to shoot it. But
I would have to say for me, I would pick the zombies because I feel like you could outsmart the zombies in the sense of you could like separate them.
But wait, how many arrows do you get with the crossbow?
We'll say you have... we'll give you a fair amount. We're going to give you 10, but you have to reload it. Like you have to they're bolts, like the little bolt arrows. So you got to reload it.
Dang.
So if you're not getting accurate shots to like at least maim this werewolf, he's probably not going to be too concerned about it.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm going zombies.
I feel like, yeah, because I mean, it'd be my first go round with the damn crossbow.
Exactly.
So like,
I don't even.
I'm nervous, and this is the first time I'm doing that.
I tell you, we have to reload it. Neither of us know how to load a crossbow in general.
Like it comes loaded
You're
already,
shooting it
and
backwards.
end up taking yourself out. Yeah, I think maybe the zombies is the better route.
I feel like zombies because you can outsmart them. I like if there's 20 of them, I would try to lure like just randomly like get 3 separated away, like run around like a pillar and like stuff like that. And I mean even with an axe, like you get a decent amount of range with an axe, and even if you're not killing them, you're at least like gotta be slowing them down to some degree, you know. And
yeah. I think the zombies probably is the more reasonable scenario. So
I'd pick zombies. So yeah.
All right.
And again, I think think of what would you say is the most apex predator on Earth right now?
Oh, I'm not sure honestly.
Like
I feel like there's a lot of different.
Yeah. We'll say like
candidates.
We'll say like a lion. I feel like the werewolf would like be like 10 lions on steroids. I mean,
with some human characteristics. Yeah.
So.
Yes.
And I'm assuming they have to have some degree of like they're smarter than a zombie. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
I feel like a werewolf's smarter.
Well, yeah, because he's a human. He just tends to
just
transform or whatever.
Yeah.
So
lycanthropy. That's what it's called, lycanthropy.
Wow, I just learned a new word.
Yeah, lycanthropy. That's when somebody turns into a werewolf. Is lycanthropy.
Yeah. You know what word I discovered recently? Pluviophile.
Pluviophile?
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. That's how it's spelled.
What does it mean?
Somebody who likes rain.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty.
You learn something every day. The more you know.
That's like what was it? What was the name for an ant?
I don't know.
It was your effect. The word for an ant was like
for an ant?
Yeah, it was
for your mother's sister or whatever.
That's an ant.
No, I thought you meant ant like in the insect.
Oh, okay. All right.
Trying to make me. No, it was pibbling.
Pibbling.
Yeah.
Pibbling. Okay, so that is it. Get in the comments. Would you rather fight 1 werewolf or 20 zombies, and why? So, like, I mean, I feel like zombies is going to be the most common choice. But tell us, if you feel like you can beat a werewolf, I want to know how.
You'll be somebody
like legit.
Like,
I want to know how. Mind you can utilize your surroundings. So
I've been shooting crossbows all my life. I've been waiting for it. I got a strategy.
So
somebody,
you have. Wait.
No,
because you yelled at me last time for how I did the outro.
Do it, however.
Okay. Oh no! Oh, behind us! Casey put him on.
Why'd you put like My Little Pony or something?
Yeah, like a kitten, like playing with some yarn just behind us.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be great. So, you have once again been tuned into another episode of Sucking on a Chili Dog. Chill.
Oh my God!
No, but you've been tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. This is the Halloween-based podcast. I am Nicholas Fletcher,
and I'm Sterile. Oh gosh! Oh, I don't know why.
I just feel like my favorite thing is I feel like you think of it and then you're so excited to say it. I just picture you just being like, "Now's the time."
I'm Jaquad Davis.
You guys have a great evening. Again, thank you. Evening, whenever you're watching this,
you
have a great.
It might be.
You have a great time that precedes after you watch this episode.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Jump in the comments, like, share, let us know. We are doing Halloween themed topics for the entire month. So
subscribe also.
Yeah, subscribe too. Yeah, definitely subscribe. Give us some Halloween topics. What would you like to hear us talk about when it comes to Halloween? So we love you very much. Peace and love.
Peace.